Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Topical Tuesday video where we take a look at the Lost Ark subreddit over the last week and we see what people have been yip-yapping about and we just kind of hang out and just have some fucking fun, in it, bruv. Hopefully you guys have all been doing well. I'm doing pretty good considering I got over the little sickness that I've been dealing with. Damn, I'm actually surprised this thread. I read this thread before I went to bed last night. And, yeah. I'm kind of surprised this is like top upvoted over the last week by a significant margin. It's crazy. I'll open the meme just because it's so highly upvoted. Let's start here, I suppose. We'll open that. And I did touch on this Circa weapon prep in the last Arkenomics video, so if you guys want to see me go over this and like my thoughts on this specifically, check out the Arkenomics video I did, the last one, last Friday. But, returning player experience so far, it was my first Guardian. Nice uptimed Paladin, sell your account. Must be one of the factors why the player base has declined so fast. Meanwhile, it was on a 6-month break. Before I left the game, we had like 20k plus daily players, now it's under 10k. I've played since day one, used to toxicity among players, but already being reminded on my very first Guardian, not even an actual raid, is really impressive. I assume the gatekeeping situation got worse back then as well, question mark? Yeah, I don't know. The game has always had people like this, and I mean, you're gonna find these kind of people in like any game, just like outright, straight up, any game that exists on the internet. You are going to find people like this, just like complete fucking weirdos who stress out about literally everything, bro. You could be doing the fucking most fucking stress-free, like, Descaluda of your life, bro. Back in the day, you know that shit, Descaluda, the literal punching bag of a bird. You get people like this all the time. Or you get the people who used to matchmake Guardians, like, again, like Descaluda, you matchmake Descaluda, if you don't get a support, they just insta-leave, and it's like, why matchmake? You're not guaranteed a support. At least you weren't guaranteed a support back then. Anyways. Old man yaps at clouds type shit. But basically, yeah, this shit sucks, and obviously, as the game gets more niche and the player base gets smaller and smaller, I mean, I think the more likely you are to encounter people like this, which is unfortunate, because, I mean, obviously these are the kind of people that are going to keep playing the game, because they're, like, obviously super, super invested in the game, and it's, like, probably one of the few things, if not the only thing that they really do, as far as their, like, free time is concerned. Anyways, I don't know, it sucks. And then I do remember reading some of the comments. I'm kind of happy that this is the most upvoted comment, but there was a lot of comments here that it was like, well, what was your uptime then, bro? And it's like, this comment right here, 100% agree. People are missing the point. He came back, it's his first Guardian raid. You're asking about his uptime or saying it's deserved. Like, it's insane. It's insanity. Where are they? I'm very surprised that these comments got, like, super downvoted, because they were very highly upvoted when I first read the thread before I went to bed. Let's take a look here. Hate this community, haven't played in years because of this shit. Yeah, it's not good. You got offended? You're ignoring the fact this guy made you aware and it's somewhat good for you. It's a Guardian raid, brother. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some. Yeah, see, what was the uptime in question? This used to be upvoted. Might be one of the reasons why people stop playing. It's very minor. I disagree. It is not very minor. Because you have to look at it from the perspective of, like, I think the casual players. Because the casual players are... I've said this since the very beginning. Casual players are what carries the game's longevity. Games that are made for a very niche audience do not typically survive very long. Casual players are what keep a game thriving and alive and make it worthwhile for content to keep coming out and cycling and just having a player base in general. And a lot of casual players have a lot of, like, anxiety around doing things like group content and stuff. Even, like, not so casual people have this sort of anxiety around, like, group shit. And it's like, it's this exact reason why people, like, are afraid of doing this shit. Because it's like, you're doing something super low stakes and you get flamed for it. Like, it does not fucking matter at all. I don't know. Every multiplayer game has people like this. It's much worse than PvP games. Those games continue to do well. I don't think they're this is not comparable to League of Legends, I don't think. I do agree that every multiplayer game has people like this, which is 100% true, but I don't think these interactions are comparable. If you played ongoing games a lot, you can't let someone like this discourage you. Yeah, this is true. I mean, it's just unfortunately one of these things. This doesn't make it right, but it is true. It's just the internet at large as a whole, anonymity, the whole shit, like, I mean, take it from literally any lens of being online. If you do not attach any sort of identifying identifier to yourself, people are just fucking animals, bro. Take it from me. I've seen some fucking strange-ass comments from people over the, like, 3 or 4 years I've done this content creation shit. And it's weird to me, because, like, I feel like I'm very middle-of-the-road neutral on most things, and I'm very, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm very easy to get along with, and I don't typically take extreme points of views on very many things. Because at the end of the day, I'm totally chill with us viewing things differently, you know? People just see things not the same way sometimes, and that's okay. But yeah. I'm just happy to see that this is the most upvoted comment. People are missing the point. Guy just came back. It's his first Guardian raid. You're asking about his uptime. You're saying it's deserved as it's easy on Paladin. Let me ask you all this instead. What do you think your own uptime was on Urnal or even Descaluta back in the days? Let people learn the game where they can play and learn. Don't say Trixion. Where else can they play and learn? Don't say Trixion. This is super toxic. I hope you stay OP. I haven't encountered any toxic behavior in matchmaking. Perhaps I'm just lucky. For reference, I'm on EU. 100% agreed. Also, OP, please keep in mind these people are the loud minority, Reddit included. Most chill players don't even bother using the chat, even in raids. People are usually dead silent. Try not to get the impression that the whole player base is toxic. I hope you keep playing and end up meeting some of the nicer people in the community. Don't worry, I'm good. I did almost every content in the game within the first 2 weeks. Used to people losing their shit. Sadly, I lost 2 of my friends due to the behavior like this on the way. Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple people quit because tired of dealing with this shit. And I mean, that's partially the reason why I stopped playing too, because I had to pug so much shit and it just got tiring seeing it. Even if it wasn't directed at me, because most of the time it wasn't. But it just bums me out. And if shit bums you out, you should probably stop, you know? They first dropped out during Theomine hard mode, second left to Echidna hard mode. Both were latecomers to both raids, really got demotivated by others. I left for a break after I got to 10 times Mortem because I really disliked the whole Frontier title thing, which increased the gatekeeping to a ridiculous level. Just wanted to point out that new and returning players face stuff like this fairly early into their game. Especially slow learners will face this very often. Note, this post has been viewed almost 100,000 times while we only have 9k daily players according to Steam count, and the interest still seems to be there while the numbers decline at the same time. That's crazy. It's not daily players, but concurrent. Yeah, concurrent is not the same as daily. This is very true. If you're using this, because this is concurrent, this is not daily players. This is how many players are currently logged in at the same time. So in a 24-hour... Like, in one 24-hour period, 9,200 people were consecutively logged on together. That's not the daily users. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I thought this was an interesting post. I'm very surprised that it's the most upvoted thing, because when I read it last night for bed, it was very inverted from what it is right now. It was a lot of people, like, kind of agreeing. And it's like, well, if your uptime is bad, what is it? It's actually helpful. And it's just like, brother, what are we doing here? Lost Ark player base not needing to interact with Paradise for 1 week. It's funny because you have people like this, and then you have the other flip of the coin where it's like, fucking people are annoyed they can't run Paradise. It's funny. One of the best systems for rewards, but once again, Smilegate can't make a system that is fun or not frustrating by hundreds of layers of RNG. True. Welcome to fucking Korean games, man. Miserable. But we're slaves to this shit. We got the brain rot, you know? Smilegate should remove mana regen and attack move speed buffs from supports and make them baseline for every class. There's a post recently where returning paladin got we just read that. Where returning paladin got flamed in a guardian for bad uptime. I believe way less Makoko and return supports would get flamed if DPS classes could function properly without the mana regen from supports. Nothing feels more infuriating than being and many classes go out of mana even with feast if the support is bad. Also, if there's no res like in the first mode, and the support dies right before the clear, you may as well restart, because some classes will just be sitting there like ducks. In an ideal scenario, the surviving DPS could just dodge gods and finish off the boss, but they can if they are and missing 9% attack move speed, which also caps their raid captain and supersonic. Your support main, all of your investment goes towards more powerful damage buffs and heals plus shields. Mana regen and attack speed move buffs are baseline for every support that can't be enhanced further. If every support has it the same, what's the point of having it in the first place? Also imagine once you get the Guardian cool, next patch you get the solo raid buff if there's no support in your party. You get bad uptime support in your Guardian. It's effectively griefing because the passive mana buff would be better, and you may as well just tell the support to go DPS to activate the buff. In my opinion, mana shouldn't even be a resource. Abilities have cooldowns anyway, so it's not like you can spam them like many other MMOs. It's kind of dumb how some class builds have more mana problems even with a good support. Brother, I have been saying this since day one. I don't think mana is a very interesting resource in a lot of different games. Some games can have a mana system that's fine, but at the end of the day, I think for like a class-by-class basis, if you have like a specific energy bar, for example, or like a whatever the fuck the Soul Fist resource is called, energy, spirit energy, whatever the fuck it is. But this is what I mean, like, class-specific resources, I think, are a much better way to do these things rather than just making a blanket, like, mana bar and giving it to every class and, like, limiting it weirdly based on, like, some classes have issues with it and some classes don't have issues with it. But it's, like, not really a factor in a perfect scenario with, like, a support anyway, so, like, why does it exist? I don't know. I've been saying that since day one, though. I think mana is a very lazy and boring way to fucking add a resource that doesn't really matter, and it only exists to be, like, annoying in certain edge cases. Same as how repairing your gear should not be a thing in 2026. True. Again, repairs are fucking stupid. Joke's on you, I go even with a support. Fuck this useless feature. Classic. Not gonna lie, I always disliked mana in its management in Lost Ark, especially as a class like Berserker Slayer, where it simply doesn't even make sense to have mana. True. I don't know. I could rant about shit like that for Century, because I feel very strongly about the whole mana thing, especially in Lost Ark. And again, Berserker is what made me say it. My fucking Mayhem Berserker. Good lord. That shit's miserable, dude. And I can see it only got worse. Eye of Arkesia. Eye on Arkesia, but there was a TLDR here. Can someone summarize what's coming? Major highlights. Chapter 1 story quest concludes. Balance and progression updates. Recent Korean balance patch for class adjustments. New progression event for players 1680+. To provide materials like Karma and Advanced Honing. Prep for next month's Shadow Raid. Guardian Raid overhaul. Some significant changes to Guardian Raids. Basically, the Guardian Raid changes are coming. QOL stuff, like Kazuros Raid Act 4 denouement. I have no fucking idea how to pronounce that word. Never seen it before in my life, aside from this game. We'll see easier attacks and better telegraph. Additionally, these raids are being added to the Adventurer's Tome. Wandering Merchant info is available. Crafting time for fusion mats are reduced. Yeah, I remember reading this. This is interesting. I wonder what this is going to end up doing for the market. And then Paradise Season 3 starts on March 11th with new legacy effects. But I think I'll end it off here. Just a quick little episode. I don't want to yap too long. I did spend a lot more time on that thread than I thought, but it was a pretty good thread, and I think it's worth a lot of discussion. Anyways, as always, let me know how you guys feel about things, and let me know if you guys have experienced similar things, because, I mean, I'm sure we've all experienced it to some extent. That's just the nature of the fucking beast at the end of the day. Anyways, like the video if you like it, subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Like the video. Really like the video. Apparently, I need you to like the video so goddamn much, I said it twice. Thank you to my YouTube members. It's Miss It's Inner Diz, Remix My Life. I love all you guys very, very much, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, my friends. Bye!